For decades, $1 million was considered the magic retirement number. If you could accumulate $1 million, you were set. You had it made. But is that still true today? With rising healthcare costs, inflation, taxes, and longer life expectancies, many people are wondering if $1 million is enough, or if they need significantly more. The answer may surprise you, because the truth is, whether $1 million is enough to retire has less to do with the size of your nest egg and more to do with what that money needs to accomplish. So let's dive in. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Joe Shear, and I help people prepare for retirement by focusing on things that matter most: income, taxes, investments, and building a plan that can withstand life's uncertainties. One of the most common questions I hear is, Joe, can I retire with $1 million? And while that sounds like a simple question, it's actually the wrong question. A better question would be, can $1 million generate enough income to support the lifestyle I want for the rest of my life? Because retirement isn't about having a certain amount of money, it's about having enough income. Let's be honest, $1 million is a significant accomplishment. Most people will never accumulate that much money for retirement. So if you've reached that milestone, you deserve to be proud of it. But retirement is changed dramatically over the past few decades. Many people today may spend 25 to 35 years in retirement. Healthcare costs continue to rise. Inflation continues to impact purchasing power, and retirees are increasingly responsible for funding their own retirement rather than relying on pensions. So let's simplify this. Imagine two retirees. Both have exactly $1 million. Retiree number one spends $40,000 per year, while retiree number two spends $90,000 per year. Do they have the same retirement outlook? Of course not. The amount of income you need may be far more important than the amount you've accumulated. This is why retirement planning should start with your expenses and income goals. How much do you need each month? How much will Social Security provide? Will there be pension income? What expenses might increase in the future? These answers often determine whether $1 million is enough or not. Now let's talk about inflation. One of the biggest retirement risks is assuming today's expenses will remain constant. Think about how much you spend every day and how much that was 10 or 15 years ago. Groceries, gasoline, utilities, healthcare, even a newer used car. Most things cost substantially more today, and inflation doesn't stop when you retire. In fact, if you're retired for 30 years, inflation may be one of the biggest challenges you face. What costs $60,000 per year today could require much more income 20 years from now. And that's one of the biggest surprises I think most of my clients realize once we do a retirement plan for them and look at how long their money will last. It's seeing what that inflation impact will be 20, 25, 30 years down the road, and how much money it'll take in those years to give them the same lifestyle that they have at the beginning of retirement. That's why retirement plans need to account for future purchasing power, not just today's spending. Another common mistake is focusing on account balances instead of after-tax income. Let's say someone has $1 million sitting in a traditional IRA or 401k. That doesn't necessarily mean they have $1 million available to spend. Future withdrawals may be subject to taxation. Depending on tax laws and your situation, the amount you actually keep could be significantly less than the account balance. This is why tax planning can play such an important role in retirement. So is $1 million enough? The answer is maybe. For some people, $1 million may provide more than enough retirement income. For others, it may not be sufficient. The difference often comes down to spending habits, other income sources, tax situation, healthcare expenses, your investment strategy, retirement timeline. I've seen people retire comfortably with less than $1 million. And I've also seen people with several $1 million worry about running out of money. The number itself doesn't determine success, the plan does. Rather than obsessing over reaching a specific retirement number, focus on these questions. How much income will I need? How will inflation impact my spending? How will taxes affect my withdrawals? What happens if the market declines early in retirement? How can I make my money last as long as I do? These questions tend to lead to much better conversations and retirement decisions than simply chasing an arbitrary account balance. If there's one thing I hope you take away from today's video, it's this. $1 million is not a retirement plan. It's simply a number. What matters is how that money is structured, how it generates income, and whether it supports the lifestyle you want throughout retirement. Because retirement isn't about accumulating the biggest account balance possible. It's about creating financial confidence so you can enjoy the years you've worked so hard to reach. If you're wondering whether your current retirement plan is actually on track, I invite you to schedule some time with me for a complimentary retirement reality check. During our conversation, we'll look at key areas that can impact retirement success, including your income plan, taxes, investment risks, healthcare costs, and whether your current strategy is aligned with your goals. If you're interested, there's a link below to schedule a time that works best for you. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss future retirement planning content. In the next video, we're going to discuss one of the most misunderstood topics in retirement planning, and that is annuities. To be honest, there's seldom a time that I recommend annuities to one of my clients. And the reason is there's a lot of hidden fees and other things that we'll discuss in that next video. And if you're considering an annuity, I highly advise you to get a second opinion before signing on the dotted line.